I find that, like you, and all of you should listen to this, that if I run the track and I don't stop in all the stores, I'm better off. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, I'm going up Tuesday and I'm filming for Unsolved Mysteries. Not that that isn't nice. And I'm being interviewed by People magazine, and not that isn't nice. But every time in my life that I've ever done this big number, oh God, I'm so excited. I don't know what it is. I'm getting really superstitious about this, to tell you the truth. I'm going to do Unsolved Mysteries. Wowie, whoopee, something happened. I mean, I got there, but it was like delayed, put off. I've decided now, let it come in. Let go. Let it come in. I'll do it. I'll do the interview. I'll do the number. I'll do whatever. I've got 3 movie deals coming up. What, me and movies. Do you believe this? But that's okay, because I'll make money for the church. So I said, because when I was a little girl, I wanted to be a movie star. I wanted to be a movie star. I wanted to be a character actress. I didn't want to be a movie star. There's my blue hat, you see. And so you said, like, later on in your life, and I said to Michael Green, my manager, I said, so what do you want to put me in the movie? He said, what is it? I can't even think, Rosenberg and the Romanos. I'm going to play a Jewish mother, which is not typecasting, right? And then I'm going to be in a psychic movie. And then I'm going to do an LA Law episode. But I find that when I have been the most excited about things, and when I've been the most, oh God, I got to do it, and I got to go ahead, and it never came as well as easy. So I said, that's all nice. But it's kind of like saying in your life, I've already arrived at a certain point that I wanted to arrive. And all the rest that comes floating in are now rose petals. That's where we have to get you to say, well, yes, because you're older than I am. No, I started knowing this when I was 35. I just didn't act on it as much as I did when I was 50. And that's a shame. Because I don't think youth is wasted on the young. I think smarts are. And wisdom is. And you'd think that from all the lifetimes that we've had, we come in smarter. And what used to aggravate me, I'd say to Francine, why do we have to keep learning how to tell time? And why do we have to keep learning to tie your shoes? She said something very interesting. She said ties didn't come into effect until the last 50 years. It was hook and eye. So you see, the smart always has some word for something. You can't catch her. I'm telling you, you can't catch her. You can't catch her. I've tried. Yes. Get Velcro.
And he said, well, how about time? I said, what is 100 years mean to God? He said, a second. So the fellow said, may I have $1 million? And God said, just a second.
Oh, that's really neat. Just a second. Okay, now are there any other questions? Because I want to do a meditation, but I'll take questions. Yes.
Okay, your chart already been out for you.
Right.
In this life. We're talking about opening your chart.
Yes, you're talking about literally filling in the blanks, because you can have, yes, I was born, yes, I had this parent, yes, I lost this one, yes, I'm going to get married, yes, I'm going to have 1.5 kids, whatever. But in the middle of that is all the spiritual, aesthetic, the feelings of how you deal with it, what you can do as your options, what you can do as your, what are those things you take in school? Eclectics. The electives. Electives. And being eclectic, too. You can really, really put in, it's like, do you want to live a very Spartan life, come in, do your chart, live a good life and die, or you want to have some flavor in it? In other words, can't you go through school and become a valedictorian rather than just a person who passes? Go ahead. Clear, I'm sorry.
You can ask God as reading it goes, if you can ask to have your chart cleared.
Oh, you can ask your chart to be cleared. You can ask for any karma to be lifted off of it. You can really heal the chart. Oh, yeah. Yes.
I know you're going to talk about it probably, but getting in touch with your spirit guide, you said, or calling on any guide you spoke about Michelangelo. Well, what if I wanted Monet to come help me paint a painting, and he was
then push somebody else, Van Gogh or somebody. See, you would get somebody from that impressionistic period. Oh yeah. Don't ask for Picasso, though. You're going to get a lot of goofy stuff. Cubes and blue stuff and everything. Icky, yeah. Well, that's synchronicity.
And it was very, and I didn't know he was working in the theater on a Steinbeck play. He didn't know I was sure this was happening.
Oh, yeah. She's mentioning about the fact that her brother was working on a play of Steinbeck's. What was the name of it? Grapes of Wrath. And she happened to be in the house, and yeah, with the house right across the street was Steinbeck's house. That in Jung, Carl Jung, was called synchronicity. Now, when you have deja vu, the feeling of deja vu, and synchronicity, that is one of the biggest signposts we have in this whole world that we're on track. I mean it. We have these. You know how you say, oh God, I just feel like I did that. Or, oh God, I feel like, look, I saw, that's when he was talking about Egypt and the beetle walked across his desk. You know the story of Jung? He said, this is synchronicity. That why should I be talking about it? He said, oh my God, I just talked about Helen. There she is. Or she just called me. Synchronicity. We know we're on track. Lines begin to converge.
At the same time, I have a brother in Florida who also was reading Steinbeck and was published 2 books.
So she had another brother in Florida who was writing a play on Steinbeck.
No, who was studying Steinbeck was his favorite, now just published his book.
Yeah, but he's also going to write a play. No, Do you know I do that with my family all the time? I'll say, for kidneys. He said, yeah, no, it's not my kidneys, it's my stomach. I say, all right. And then they go in for kidney stone surgery, and I know. So what I should do, though, is you see when I'm talking, I should say, I am now speaking psychically. Yes.
How would you tell that our expression, how would you tell that we follow the chart or we take help?
I'm sorry, I lost it. I think it's good. I can't hear it. Say it again to me, dear.
Without the expression, how can we tell that we're following
Okay, I got you. I got the whole thing. All right. If you're not totally on chart at all, you will have terrible depression. See, your mind will fix you. You will have terrible depression. You will have anxiety attacks. You'll feel like you're psychically attacking yourself. Illness. I don't mean necessarily big heart trouble or whatever. You just feel like you're out of sorts all the time if you're not following your chart. There's all kinds of warning signs that give it to you. Now, I don't want you to be so paranoid you say, I have a headache today, I'm not following my chart. No, no, no. But it's a low level. It's really an anxious anxiety thing. And it'll slap you, slap you, slap you until you get to some place where you have spiritual comfort, where you feel like you've arrived. I have to give you a commercial. Everyone that's come to our place, truthfully, has said the anxiety stopped, the problem stopped, being close to Mother God or Father God, everything centered inside of themselves. It might not be right for everybody. See what I'm saying? People say, well, that's not a good commercial. No, but it isn't. My whole philosophy has been take with you what you want and leave the rest. Consequently, over the years, because I said that, I've kept more than I've lost. Yes.
The experience that I felt, maybe not following my chart or whatever, was almost like, you turn the radio and it's not on the right station.
Yes, it makes a real staticky feeling.
It's just annoying.
Exactly.
And when you say, I'm turning this station, I'm changing the channel.
Absolutely. Or like when you don't have it tuned in on the TV and the color's too red or whatever, you say, what's wrong with that? It's really, you're not finely tuned. You'll always stay on the fringe of the chart. You're never going to go, people say, I'm way off track. No, you're not. But that's a good analogy. I'm going to use that again. And I probably won't give you any credit for it all. I'll accept it now. Yes?
If we're off track in one area, that means we're off
All Oh, everything's off, pretty much, pretty much. It's the tail of the dog. Absolutely, everything sort of skitters. But see, people say, well, will I stay off for all my life? No. We step back on the curb, we go off the curb, we step back on the curb. But I'm not too sure that stepping off the curb isn't a type of learning too. You know, so maybe we just walk like this a little bit, off and on, you know. Yes?
How do we bring our, we have our chart, and how do we maximize the greatest potential out of that chart?
By living. And living with everything. I mean, don't stop experiencing. That's the worst we can do. Okay, now I'm 50, 60 years old. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to knit. That's the worst thing you can do. Live life, go places, see things. Oh, but I'm too old. Well, if you think that, you are. I'm seeing people getting old faster than I did years ago. They start getting about 40 and they start doing this shuffle off to Buffalo number. You know, I don't know if I'm going to be around, you know, that kind of stuff. And they start getting senile early and forgetful because they cash it in. They cash it in. My mother's been senile since she was 40. I'm serious. Yes?
I know that they say now, in the world population that it is, there's more people living today than there has been since the beginning of time.
They don't know that for sure, but we'll accept that.
Just trying to get an idea of how many spirits are out there. Was there a set number of spirits?
Mm-hmm. 20 billion.
20 billion? And so...
For this planet, I don't have any idea how many there were at other planets.
Time went on and more spirits.
No, we're out of the gust, as they say. No.
And so somebody's been, and this is their first life, for example. They've always been on the other side.
Absolutely.
Finally-
God did not create them overnight. They always were created from ever, for always.
Oh.
Was, as God always was, so were all of we. Did we decide to come down till recently? Possibly not. I find very few people have only had one life, though. In this point of my life. I found people with 3, 4 lives. Most people have 30, 40, 50 lives. This one. Oh, no, they don't come. They don't come. The council never comes, which I don't know what that means. These are people that counsel us. They've never lived a life.